and welcome to Wonderland. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the moon energy for the week of August 7th through the 13th. So we have the Sirius star alignment happening on August 8th this week. We have a last quarter week. And before we jump into all of that fun stuff, I just want to remind you that we are doing live tarot streams on Mondays and or Wednesdays for the rest of this season. And we also have our moon meeting coming up for the next moon cycle. So on Sunday, August 13th, we're going to be hanging out in Discord, listening to an audiobook that is talking about, or a chapter in an audiobook that's talking about the upcoming moon cycle. So I think that's it for the news and updates. So let's jump in to this Lionsgate portal last quarter moon week. All right. So if you are watching this at the live premiere on Sunday, we're still in Aries energy. But then really early in the morning, Monday morning, we move into Taurus energy. Around 6:25 a.m. is when we move into Taurus. So for the most part, we're going to be in Taurus energy for Monday and Tuesday. I think that this is really lovely energy to have for the Lionsgate portal on Tuesday, August 8th, because much like we had the eclipses in around Taurus season and in that Taurus energy, I feel like that Taurus energy helps you just get grounded and stable so that you're not like literally floating off into outer space. So I love having this last quarter moon in Taurus at the peak and height of the Lionsgate portal because I just think it gives us something to anchor to, something to ground into while tapping into all of that information that's coming in. The Lionsgate energy is also like cleansing and releasing energy too. So it's like exfoliating your energetic system and getting rid of the things that just are old and you don't need it anymore. And it's making room for this new information to come in. So now that like the August 8th is the peak of this Lionsgate energy, but then just like the moon is decreasing, so is the alignment. So it's not like you can only harness this energy on August 8th. We have been in this energy since July 26th. It's almost like August 8th is like the full moon energy, and then we're going to be waning and decreasing. This is the height of the energy. This is the peak of it. I highly recommend you at least doing some sort of meditation around this time just to see what comes up for you, see what you might experience. I think that it's kind of different for everybody because it's like whatever you're ready to receive is what you're going to get. Make sure to make some time to meditate on Tuesday at the peak of this. I attempted to schedule a float appointment on Tuesday, but apparently everybody else on the planet had the same idea. So I'm actually going on the 7th, which is totally fine because like I said, just like it's basically like a waxing gibbous moon and celebrating that almost fullness. And so the rest of the energy, moon's energy for this week is also really wonderful too for this just kind of like integrating this energy because like I said on Monday and Tuesday, the Taurus energy helps ground that information, ground yourself, ground your body while you are releasing and receiving this information. So when we move into Gemini on Wednesday, this might be a time that you're actually able to make sense of the information that you've received because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of communication. So it might help you understand like what were these messages, be able to write them down better. You might be able to talk about them better. Wednesday and Thursday will be in Gemini energy. So we kind of have a longer void of course time on Friday. The moon starts transitioning at 5:30 in the early evening. And we won't actually move into Cancer energy until 10:52 p.m. And then we'll be in Cancer energy for the rest of the weekend. And that means we will be starting off our next week with Leo energy, which will carry us into the new moon. So, kind of similar to last week, I still feel like this week is going to be a integrative week. We have a waning moon, but with the last quarter, there's still a lot of energy available to us at this time. So, your energy is going to slowly start decreasing, and this is going to give you an opportunity to really just integrate and connect to your spirituality. This is also a last quarter week that is closing out Leo season, because with the Leo new moon, we're going to be transitioning into the Virgo season. So, this Cancer moon cycle helped us really put our self care practices into place and also kind of allowed us to really focus on ourselves. Leo season is very self oriented, and finding those things that really lift you up and encourage you. The exercises that we did within this moon cycle helped you figure out how you personally, individually react to the zodiac energies. And then on the full moon, we explored like what is the one that like what's the element that like really makes us feel 100% ourselves? What element like encourages you or captures your essence? And really celebrating that and encouraging yourself to be the unique individual that you are. So I really love the flow of this week, like I said earlier, because I just really feel like that earth energy is going to help us stay grounded and stable while we're integrating information. The air energy is going to help us make sense of that knowledge and wisdom that's coming through. It can also help us transcribe it or communicate it. And then the Cancer energy is just going to help us like integrate, cleanse, and release, because this is water energy. So, water energy helps us understand emotions. It also helps us understand subconscious energy. And I really love that the progression of this week is like earth, air, water, but it's just a really perfect, the timing is perfect, which is really interesting because our card, we're using a couple of decks this week, the Starseed Oracle and the Archangel Animal. And our card for this week is Trust the Timing. So the brief message here is trust the wave that you came in on, and time is not running out. So often, those who feel like they're here for a reason sense that time is running out, and they spend their life worrying that they might miss their moment. But the only way to miss your life or moment is to spend your time worrying about missing it. It's never too late to answer a calling, and you're never too old. The tides of your life are magnificently orchestrated to come in and out in perfect unison. Don't race ahead or ride a wave that was never meant for you. You'll waste your precious time and energy when instead, you could be enjoying your life. Everything has a season, and you're being called to trust the one you're in. Don't let impatience, compassion, competition, or paranoia disturb the seeds. It seems that everyone has anxiety these days, constantly scanning for something that they might have missed or a possible threat. Keep your mind and body pointed in the same direction as your soul is near impossible at such reactive speed. Right now, you're being reminded to take a breath and trust the wave you came in on. To trust the season you're in. Time isn't running out, and there's plenty of time. There's no rush, and it's never too late. The Starseed Soul Inquiry is how can you trust the timing of your life a little more? I feel like this card could speak to a couple things in regards to this week. Transformation and change is difficult. It's not easy. You get uncomfortable and you get stressed and you get anxious about things because you're not where you want to be. And that discomfort is what is going to initiate change or like push you to change. So, especially with all of these new things, all this new information coming in with this spiritual sun being in alignment with the earth, I mean, it might be scary, it might be difficult. And that's why the message of last week was to just surrender. Like, don't fight anything, don't move. And also, I think that this is telling us speaking also to when we're receiving this wisdom and when we're back in alignment and when we are grounded and like centered and on the path, we often do get that sense, like this card was speaking to, of like, oh my gosh, I've wasted so much time. And that in turn, like, brings up more anxiety because you feel like you've wasted time. But if we allow ourselves to surrender and not try to change or shift or push or speed up or slow down anything, if you just surrender, which is what last week's card was speaking to, then you will integrate this knowledge, integrate this information, and you'll know what the next step is. Like it'll just come naturally. It won't be forced, it won't be pushed, it'll be trusting the timing. And then we also have this little guinea pig here. Again, I think the last time we used this deck, the guinea pig came out. One of the cards in the Tarot in Wonderland deck also has a guinea pig on it. So do your part to illuminate the universe. These gentle little creatures are the only animals to incarnate from Venus, the planet of love. They have undertaken a huge mission on Earth to open and heal hearts, and they can do so because they are small and vulnerable, so people accept them. When you hold or think about a guinea pig, it automatically connects you directly to the cosmic heart so that you receive a download of unconditional love. This especially heals those who have hurt or abused hearts. This is so important at this time when we are preparing for the new golden age. The energy of the guinea pig activates your connection through Venus to all the stars in the cosmos. Then the links are all illuminated with beautiful pink love. Through these animals, you can help to bring this wonderful universe together with love. Guinea pigs are unique and highly evolved creatures whose sole mission is to give and receive love. This is the card of love. Just reading it, it starts to connect you energetically to the guinea pigs and through them to the cosmic heart. Be open to receiving a download of pure, unconditional love. Remember that when love flows from your heart, it ignites the hearts of all of those around you. Then, for a brief, glorious moment, you activate and light up the stellar links throughout creation with bright pink love. In this way, you do your part to illuminate the universe. In response, the cosmos flood you with love and all manner of abundance. Just relax and trust, knowing that love is coming up to you. So, two cards that mention trust here. Trust, trust, trust. And also, like with a waning moon week, this isn't about making any big moves. Even if you're receiving really big downloads and messages, last last year I received this information about making like creating and making uh a specific project, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to start on it right now." And it's like this is a waning moon. We don't have to start anything right now. You can wait until next week. This is a time of integration and kind of like planning and maneuvering. What are you going to do with this information? What are you going to do with this knowledge? And our chakra card is no worries. Remember that protection is your divine birthright. Ground your energy into Gaia with vibrant garnet red grounding cord that you send from between your hips down into the depths of her sacred womb. Send all of your fears, worries, and concerns down that cord and feed them back to the earth where they can be transformed and transmuted, returning to you as usable white light. So this is a root chakra card. The crystal they recommend is red jasper and the herb is rosemary. So this would be really wonderful crystals to help you maybe ground into this earthy Taurus energy while you're opening up to receiving. Um, red jasper also connects you to the heart energy too. And like this guinea pig card is mentioning Venus, I think that's really interesting because Venus is retrograde. So that's kind of telling me like this retrograde of Palooza is really heavily focused on Venus. I mean, Venus did just go retrograde like recently, but I mean, to be honest, like if love is everything, then whatever is happening during a Venus retrograde is really significant and important for shifting us to that what did it called it, the golden age of earth on here, which is love, like wholeheartedly unconditional love, where people live harmoniously and we're not holding so much hate and judgment in our hearts that we currently do now. So many of the lessons that we have had this year have been surrounding love, opening your heart, like understanding, like, you don't know how much somebody else is struggling. None of us know unless they are openly talking about it as a society, as humanity is slowly like softening a little bit and opening our hearts and maybe trying and learning not to be so rigid so that we can move forward into a better, happier, safer society for us all. So what beautiful messages that we have for this week. Allow yourself to surrender and trust and remember, like, this is the end of summer. We're heading into the darker season of the year. So allow yourself to enjoy these last warm days and to not put too much pressure on yourself. So I hope you have a wonderful, happy last quarter week, and we will see you next week for our new moon in Leo. Thanks for joining me on the other side of the looking glass. Please check the description box below for all of my links to all of the different places that you can find me or explore.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, but you can't help that. Oh, Jesus.